Good Friday morning. This is Larry Sprinkle along with Chris Mulcahy as we head into the weekend. And here we go. Weekend three, winter
Let's do
weather
it.
back again. It's like we can't escape this. It's like Groundhog Day almost.
Yeah, hopefully the next event is rain, but we're talking
Yeah.
about rain to snow for this time. And Larry, this isn't as big of a storm as last time. It's across the entirety of the Carolinas, but
Yeah.
still here we could have see the similar impacts. It's another Friday evening that could have a couple inches of snow, and that's where we first start with our first graphic.
Yeah, that's all it takes to cause any problems. And that's why, with that advisory in effect for the area, winter storm warning up in parts of the higher elevation. So, here locally, it's very similar to what we've seen the past two times. 1 to 3 inches. We're somewhere
Mm-hmm.
within that realm in the Charlotte area, a little bit farther south, less than that. It's really the mountain areas that are going to get the bulk of the snow, Chris.
Yeah, at 4 to 6 inches, and that's mainly above 3,500 feet. Boone is at the triple three, so 3,333. So really just above the elevation of Boone is where we're going to start to have those higher totals. I still think like areas like Blowing Rock, Boone, a little more populated areas, seeing at least up to 4 inches. But yeah, it's definitely going to be more of a mountain snowstorm. That's what this graphic is showing. Chances of snow pretty much 100% up there along the Tennessee border. As for Charlotte, I still think that we can bring this up. I think it's going to snow, and you're going to at least see up to an inch. And that's why, Larry, we have these all across the area. Winter weather advisories and one winter storm warning for Avery County.
That's for sure, and something to think about because that does mean we're going to have enough snow to cause travel troubles, especially tomorrow morning. Because that snow is a late evening snow. When you go to bed tonight, it probably will start, and when you wake up, you look out the window, you're going to see snow covering it. And once again, the total is 1 to 3 inches, but it doesn't matter. That 1 inch of snow could cause a lot of trouble on the streets out there. And then obviously it's the cold temperatures with that. This is the timeline, as you can see. It's kind of a rain event early as we get in the early part of the evening, Chris, and then the change over to snow late tonight, early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so let's go step by step for you. First, it starts in the mountains. So if you have any mountain plans, you're heading up there. It's the early afternoon hours that you're going to see that snow start to intensify. And big thing with snow totals, it's about duration. That you can have a very light, peaceful snow for several hours to 12 hours. That's going to really add up. And that's kind of what the mountains have, even though the winds are really going to pick up on the backside of this. But it's that rain that starts off the evening. But I think it's really time anytime after 7 o'clock. And that's when our winter weather advisory officially starts, that this changes over to snow. So it might not be until about that 8, 9 o'clock hour that you see it. But Larry, one thing that we have seen as a change, this event had snow sticking around much later into the early morning hours. Now it almost has it winding down closer to midnight, which is great for our snow totals, but you're still going to have some accumulations and conditions should deteriorate pretty quickly.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, this is one of those a little trickier. I think the duration is a lot less, which I think areas south of Charlotte, anywhere from say around Rock Hill down to Chester over to Lancaster, fewer problems. And once again, temperature is very important. Now you go, how can it be in the 40s and upper 30s and snow? Well, we're talking about the snow comes from above us, altitude above us, thousands of feet in the air. It comes down as all. It starts as rain, changes over to snow, and that's why we're going to see. We put a wide range in there, 1 to 3 inches, because it really depends upon where you are. The farther north, the more you get. Charlotte area could get maybe an inch, and then tomorrow is just going to be a very cold day, Chris. We see the
Yeah.
temperature in the 40s tomorrow. Struggle to get out of the mid to upper 30.
Yeah, and let's jump to that. I think the biggest story about tomorrow is how you feel because winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour, even up to 40 miles per hour in the mountains. Look at those wind chills.
Hmm.
So that means skiers, anyone spending time in the mountains, it feels like 10 to 15 below zero for most of the morning. And then by the afternoon, we have a balmy -8. And
Yeah.
then it isn't until the early morning hours as the sun's rising up that it feels like zero, if you want to call that improvement. But that still means that wind chills are going to be down below freezing for over 24 hours for the Charlotte area as well. It's really not until about late afternoon that it starts to feel like 34, and we're considering that warm comparatively to the weekend.
I would say to Saturday, good day to stay inside. Doesn't matter where you are. It's looking much better next week. So yeah, we'll be here throughout the day. And of course, coming up next 11:30 and throughout the daytime hours, we'll take a look at Saturday mid 30s. Sunday morning down to 16 degrees for a low temperature. That's just too cold.
Yeah, we're not happy about that. So yeah, in conclusion, it's going to be a short window that mid to late evening to the early morning hours. Let's really call it between about 9 and 2 a.m. That's our best chance around the Charlotte area. That window could be even shorter. Not great start off, but yeah, if you have a cozy blanket, snuggle up, feeling like below freezing, at least it's the 40s. And Larry, top it off with a treat for next week. We're warming up, man.
Yes, by next Wednesday and Thursday, upper 50s and low 60s. Something to think about. Stay safe. Have a great weekend.
Bye, y'all.